in the set 1 that if I didn't close it out then, I probably would have lost. But
it was we were definitely on the commentary desk. We were definitely seeing you running out of steam. It's so hard to keep it going, especially when you have Hacks who's not gonna stop.
Yeah.
I knew everyone was cheering during the first, and then like it just felt like like all the momentum was lost, you know.
Honestly, when you're playing a 2-set grand finals and someone loses a tight game 5, I feel like the person who wins that set is like 70% or 80% to win the next one.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because you feel like the momentum, you know, the electricity is there. So like,
and you feel like the weight of like, I just spent like so much of my energy and I lost. It's like, do I have more? Do I have the energy to go more than I just went?
Yeah, the other guy is just kind of thinking about like what could have been, and it tends to like get to them, you know, in the middle of set 2.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a pretty obvious slowing down on your part, but obviously that's just rough. But I mean, how did you feel about you sort of both quickly dispatched J-Flex?
I'm probably the least surprised of anyone here that he got top 2 today, just because I've played him and his brother Foxy Grandpa before.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these are some hidden bosses. You know,
definitely.
These are some really good players. Yeah.
It's not that we most of us on Long Island know that they're capable of it. It's just like it's hype to actually see it happen.
Well, he's like not allowed to travel. He was telling me.
I was a little surprised that he was seated above like 42nd and Darktooth.
Who?
J-Flex?
J-Flex? Yeah. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, he's historically been a very solid player.
Yeah, but I don't think that's accurate anymore.
I agree with that.
Darktooth, you know, was top 100 on last year's Melee on Me.
And J-Flex wasn't.
Right. And 42nd, I feel like he's in that discussion right now.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I think J-Flex should have been seated below them.
That's fair. I mean, I would agree. I didn't seed, but
yeah.
I think the Sheik matchup in general, I just have down because just my brother, you know.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But it was really impressive just seeing you tear right through him.
Thanks, man.
Honestly, something that I wanted to talk to you about was how you played against 42nd. It was like so disciplined. I haven't seen a Fox play so disciplined on the top platform in forever.
Yeah, I felt bad, dude.
It was actually
pretty
monstrous.
Lame. It's pretty lame. But
I mean, the not to cut you off, but the craziest timeline of the tournament, honestly, is that Hacks lost to in winners round 2.
No, there's nothing crazy about it. I have lost the last 8 sets I've played versus Ice Climbers.
Oh no.
And I haven't lost to any single Ice Climbers twice. I've lost to 8 different Ice Climbers.
Oh no.
Well, I was telling you, dude, like
fair and balanced.
Rushing in against Ice Climbers is not a good strategy.
I completely disagree because I
love this.
The reason I lost is because I didn't rush in. You go and you watch, you know, me versus Nintendo 3 years ago when that was my best matchup, and I basically just gave no fucks. I paid no respect to Ice Climbers. That's what you have to do. You
definitely just have to be confident that in your ability to hit low aerial shines, and then there's never anything to be afraid of. I mean, attack them.
Right. I mean, I think, you know, wobbling tends to put the fear into people, but in reality, I don't think there's anything that special about it at top level play, because at top level play, there's a good chance you die off.
A shield grab is a death anyway.
Good chance a shield grab is your death anyway.
What I noticed about Walls, like people keep full hopping over him, right? So every time people approach him, they just keep full hopping back and forth. And then so eventually he starts doing full hop up air. And then I realized that, like, when I run at him, he's already doing full hop up air. So you can just run under him and then hit him.
Up air, dominate. Oh man, we're getting live payouts.
Well, they have extremely good anti-air.
Like, absolutely.
They have a lot of counterplay to like the full hop strat that a lot of Foxes are employing right now. Like if you watch Fiction, you know, the self-proclaimed like Icy's god, like you know, in the Fox versus Icy's matchup, he platform camps quite a bit and he looks for a shine from above to separate them. I personally disagree with the strategy entirely, because I feel like 3 years ago, like me back then was actually maybe the best Fox versus Ice Climbers player, like to this day, and I played it entirely differently. Like I remember distinctly versus DizKid Boogie, I would win whenever I had the confidence to play with you know, run up shines, run up drills where you land in back of their shield.
So yeah, so you don't have to be worried about shield grabs.
Because they have almost nothing once you're in back of their shield.
That's true.
Up till shine, grab, anything you want.
Up till it's not so great, because you pretty much want to shine exclusively in that matchup.
That's true.
You want to find ways to make shine work, and if you get in back of their shield, you can kind of just shine, wave dash down, and they have to eventually roll.
It's true.
They don't really have anything else.
Yeah, because I mean they can't short hop back air out of shield, right, to punish wave shine over and over.
They could roll. They could wave dash, but if you're scouting these things, then you have the opportunity to punish them for wave dashing. Because you can just ASDI down any of their aerials. Like a short hop back air will just get ASDI down, and if you can kill Nano off the shine, then
I'm always so afraid of back air.
Yeah,
it's such a when both of them hit, it feels like a Ganon fair. Like
well, it does like 22% or something.
Yeah,
it's pretty powerful aerial. But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, any of the characters that rely on wave dashing to move on the ground are definitely like susceptible to just like Fox playing better than them on the ground.
Sure.
It's like that. I mean, that's what happens to all the Marios and Luigi. But yeah, I mean, do either of you any closing thoughts or things you?
Well, I'm surprised more people didn't turn out.
Yeah.
Like there was a big like pop bonus, and they're still kind of small.
Yeah. Ultimate's out. I don't know what else to say.
The weather also sucks.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
Melee's like really top heavy right now. I feel like the only people. I don't want to say the only people, but a good chunk of the people coming to something like this are like killers for the most part.
We were. I was talking about that with JD on commentary before. That if you look at the number, you feel like, oh, it's a light regional, right? But if you look at the top like 16, you're like, okay, like wow, this is pretty stacked. You look at the top 8, you're like, I know every one of these. Like this is a pretty stacked top 8.
It's interesting how right now it feels like those top players are still playing Melee out of the passion for it. It feels like every person actually wants to be like renowned on an international scale. Like the game's so old. We've been playing it since we were all kids, or since he was literally a sperm cell.
Yeah, you're younger than Melee, aren't you?
A little bit older.
A little bit older. Okay.
Right. So like. It feels like we can't let it go.
Yeah.
We just love the game too much.
The game's amazing.
Even if I wanted to stop, I'm too far into it to stop now. So.
That's how I feel. There's always room to become an amateur bracket DK me.
I saw you playing DK today. Whenever I looked over.
Yeah, I was just playing all DK today. I don't know. I felt like it. I won amateur bracket. Got 17th.
I think my brother could have gotten really far. He got 2 puffs.
He did. That's honestly a hard bracket for sure.
Yeah.
To run into.
With
Big Kid is still obviously an upset for Big Kid to take it over him, and that's like super impressive. But no one doubts that someone like Big Kid, who's beaten Kalamazoo, like beaten plenty of. He's beaten I think he's beaten J-Flex. I don't know.
Right.
Has he beaten you? I can't remember.
He's never beaten me. No.
Okay. He's beaten like a bunch of I think he beat Slox and DJ once. Maybe I could be wrong, but he's definitely like a dark horse type player where most people wouldn't know his name, but he takes a big name and you just sort of you're like, yep. That makes sense to me.
I just keep thinking like I had it,
I know that's rough. It'll pass, but you gotta know what it gets you. You gotta think about what a sick run that was.
Yeah.
Because it really was. I mean, you were one top platform tech chase away from taking set 1. Like you played well enough that you gave yourself a chance to actually win the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you gotta look at it like that.
Yeah. I mean, on the bright side, like you put your name on the map.
Absolutely. I said
because before this tournament,
a lot more people are gonna
I feel like actually no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, Long Islanders know, but it's like you tell someone, they're like, yeah, that guy's good. I'm sure, right? Like when you haven't seen someone play, it's a lot easier to just be like, there's so many people that people think are really good, and I swear he's actually really good. But yeah, any final thoughts or shout outs?
Well, it's just a fun tournament. I hope there's another one soon.
Yeah, I think. AON runs Melee on every Thursday and Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But every now and then we have one of this or Omega. I think it's like twice or 3 times a year we have a larger, like a Super AON, a Scorpius, and an Omega. So.
Okay.
But yeah. Stay tuned. Follow. I believe it's at AON Gaming on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, at AON Gaming on Twitter if you want updates about future tournaments.
At AON Gaming NY.
At AON Gaming NY. Appreciate it. At SSBM Hacks, if I'm correct. And do you have a Twitter?
Maybe I'll make one like one day or something.
keep your eye out for AKLO, Aklo. I'm sure that'll have some part in in his Twitter if he ever makes it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you tune in the future. Have a good one.
Later.